Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another massive breakdown of our favorite daytime drama. Today is a fantastic day to dive deep into the absolute chaos unfolding in Fairmont Crest. Grab your coffee and get comfortable because the latest secrets hitting the screen are about to change everything we thought we knew. We have so much ground to cover, so let's jump right into the madness. We need to talk about that incredibly tense scene at Uptown right now. Picture this. Andre is sitting there nursing a drink while Dani is right next to him. On the surface, it looks like a husband and wife just trying to spend some quality time together. But Andre is not in the room mentally. He is staring down at his phone, completely frozen, looking at a message that simply reads TikTok. Dani is literally calling his name, trying to get his attention, but he is zoning out, completely lost in a waking nightmare. Guys, the psychological weight of that moment is off the charts. Andre is playing a wildly dangerous game right now by hiding the truth about Heather from Dani. He is sitting inches away from his wife while his dark hidden past is literally vibrating in his pocket. It seems that Heather is putting him on a strict timer and the clock is rapidly running out. If you ask me, this is the calm before a massive, devastating storm. Dani is sitting there completely oblivious to the fact that her husband is being hunted by an international criminal. And let's not forget, Dani is carrying her own massive secrets regarding her elevator hookup with Bill. She probably thinks Andre's distance is about their marital issues or his past drinking, but no one saw this coming. The dramatic irony is thick enough to cut with a knife. Andre is suffocating under the weight of his European past, and Dani is totally in the dark, misreading every single cue. This all traces back to that absolute disaster of a date at Orpheus. Andre and Dani are sitting there trying to reconnect, trying to piece their fractured marriage back together, and who just happens to casually stroll in and interrupt them? Heather. The moment she walked up to their table, you could see the blood completely drain from Andre's face. He was absolutely stunned. He knows exactly who Heather is and what she is capable of from their time in Europe. Meanwhile, Dani is just sitting there, completely confused by her husband's sudden panic. Dani has no idea why Andre is reacting like he just saw a ghost. Andre immediately goes into full panic mode. He quickly and aggressively warns Dani to stay far, far away from Heather and the entire Armstrong family. He tries to play it off as just general concern, citing their shady connections, but we all know the real reason. He is terrified. He knows that Heather is a predator and Dani is currently standing right in her crosshairs. But warning, Dani is only a temporary fix. Andre knows he has to deal with the root of the problem, which leads to one of the most intense secret meetings we have ever witnessed on this show. Andre goes behind Dani's back and secretly meets up with Heather to confront her. He demands to know why she is stalking him, why she is following Dani, and what her ultimate end game is. He wants to shut this down immediately. But Heather, she is completely unfazed. She denies everything with a smirk on her face, playing innocent while simultaneously twisting the knife. She deliberately brings up their romantic past. She starts reminiscing about their time together, intentionally trying to blur the lines and get under his skin. Andre tries to stand his ground. He firmly rejects her advances and emphatically states that he is in a happy, committed marriage with Dani. He draws a hard line in the sand. He warns Heather that if she continues to sabotage his life and stalk his wife, he will blow the whole thing up. He threatens to go straight to Dani and tell her the entire truth about his past, about Europe, and about Heather. He thinks this is his trump card. He thinks the threat of total honesty will scare Heather away. But guys, Heather's reaction is absolutely chilling. She doesn't flinch. She doesn't back down. Instead, she just laughs in his face. She looks at Andre with total confidence and tells him that she knows he could never actually leave her. That is a massive power move. What if she isn't just talking about emotional attachment? There is a strong chance she has something incredibly damning hanging over his head. You don't just laugh at a threat like that unless you hold all the cards. This could mean they committed a serious crime together in the past, or maybe she has proof of something that would not only destroy his marriage to Dani, but potentially put him behind bars. Heather then flips the script completely. She agrees to back off. She promises to stay away from Dani, but she attaches a massive non-negotiable condition. She tells Andre that she will leave Dani alone only if he gives her exactly what she wants. She doesn't spell it out immediately, but the implication is terrifying. This proves she is not intimidated by Andre in the slightest. She is totally in control. She is holding something over him, using Dani's safety as leverage to force Andre into compliance. What does she want? Does she want him to help her run the plasma ring? Does she need a fall guy? Or does she just want to own him completely? While Andre is trapped in this impossible situation, Heather is busy spinning webs all over town. She is a master manipulator, and she is actively seeking to control anyone who gets too close to her secrets. Right now, her targets include Martin and Smitty. Smitty is digging way too deep into the red market investigation. His articles are gaining traction, and he is getting dangerously close to exposing the entire plasma ring operation. Heather cannot let that happen, but instead of just taking him out, she decides to play games. She starts causing trouble, quietly setting traps, and pulling Martin and Smitty into her chaotic orbit. She is using psychological warfare to distract them, derail the investigation, and keep them totally off balance. Smitty is obsessed with finding the truth, but the more he investigates, the more he plays right into Heather's hands. It seems that Heather enjoys the thrill of the hunt just as much as the actual kill. She is toying with a seasoned journalist and a powerful politician like they are chess pieces on her personal board. But Smitty isn't the only one trying to figure out what Heather is up to. Joey is also on high alert. Joey knows exactly how dangerous his sister is, and he has Randy out there actively tailing her. Randy is playing an incredibly dangerous game by spying on the Impaler, but he manages to gather some crucial intel. Joey suddenly receives a major update from Randy regarding Heather's movements and activities. This new information makes Joey hyper-focused on everything happening around his sister. He realizes that Heather is escalating, and her reckless behavior threatens to expose all of them. When Heather realizes she is being watched, or when her plans hit a snag, her temper flares. She completely loses it, and unfortunately for Joey, he becomes the primary target of her explosive rage. Heather lashes out with terrifying intensity. Joey is a hardened casino boss with deep ties to the underworld, but even he is forced to absorb the full brunt of Heather's wrath. The dynamic between these two siblings is toxic and volatile. Joey wants to protect his empire and keep Vanessa safe, but Heather is a human wrecking ball, destroying everything in her path just to prove she can. So where does this leave us? We have Andre staring at a ticking clock, paralyzed by a secret that is actively destroying him from the inside out. We have Dani completely blind to the danger lurking right around the corner while simultaneously harboring her own guilt about Bill. We have Heather laughing in the face of threats, demanding the impossible, and toying with half the town. And we have Joey and Randy desperately trying to contain a monster they clearly cannot control. The tension is escalating at an unprecedented rate. Every single move these characters make feels like stepping on a landmine. Andre cannot keep this secret from Dani forever. The TikTok message proves that his time is officially up. If he doesn't give Heather what she wants, she is going to bypass him entirely and go straight for Dani. And if you ask me, when Dani finds out that Andre has been lying to her face while a criminal stalked her, the fallout will be catastrophic. Add in the fact that Dani is still emotionally entangled with Bill, and this marriage is a powder keg just waiting for a match. This storyline is pushing everyone to their absolute limits. Heather is a villain unlike any we have seen in Fairmont Crest. She doesn't just want to win, she wants to completely break her victims psychologically before she takes them down. Andre thought he could handle her. He thought he could threaten her into submission, but he vastly underestimated the monster he invited into his life all those years ago. Now he has to make a choice. Does he surrender to Heather's demands to protect Dani? Or does he confess everything and risk losing his wife forever? The clock is ticking, guys. TikTok